my pocket, fibers in my stack. Raid-only classes, I've got no lack. No safe operators keep me on track. From 8.0 upward, there's no going back. PHP, it's dead and free. From 8.0 to 8.5, it's storming alive. PHP, that's the power for me. Type, tight and clean, the web machine. Got named arguments, they read so clear. Attributes replace the hacks of yesteryear. First class calibles, I'm shifting gears. Better performance, just cheer with your peers. Read-only props and disjunctive norms. Dynamic constants in brand new forms. Overlapping traits, they now transform. PHP's future is breaking the norm. PHP, code evolving with glee. 8.0 through 8.5 keeps me alive. PHP, it's the language for me. Fast, type supreme, the web's bloodstream. Union types, intersection flow. Shit keeps the runtime ready to go. Match expressions concise and bold. Stronger typing, the future's PHP, keep upgrading with me. 8.0 through 8.5, the code's alive. PHP, that's the anthem you say. Type, tight and meet the coding machine.
Welcome, everybody, to today's edition of Composr CMS Development. I am Reese, and today we're going to be working on the design of calendars within the calendar system of Composr CMS. So, to give you a quick preview into what I'm talking about here, we're going to load our dummy website, our demo development website, I guess you would call it. Sometimes I have to... Ooh, we got a 500 internal server error with this. What is going on here? We may be fixing something else. Oh, that's weird. It should have told me that the maximum execution time was reached. Sometimes that happens on the development server because it needs to do a lot of runtime processing and compilation. So sometimes my development server has a 10-second execution limit. Okay, this is getting concerning now. The fact that we had it happen 3 times. We're going to keep refreshing until we get a repetitive error. As far as I'm concerned, we're getting different errors on each refresh, so that means the compilation is still happening, but it keeps getting timed out. Okay, I think we're good now. Sorry about that. My dev server is very slow. Okay, so this is the calendar view on Composr CMS, and as you can see here, we have daily, we have weekly, we have monthly, and we have yearly. But what I want to do is I want to add a fifth type of view on here called agenda. Now, for those of you who may not know what that is, or may kind of have an idea of what that is, if you've ever used the Google Calendar app on your phone, there's something like a list view or an agenda view, and that basically, instead of having a calendar per se, it would just list out the events that are upcoming in chronological order, and it would tell you the timing on those events. So it would just list them in chronological order instead of putting them on a graphical calendar interface like here. So that's what we're going to do. Now, we already have a starting point because there is a block. If you can see over here, there's a coming soon block. And if we go in and add in an event to demonstrate for you, let's see. Go ahead and mark it. We'll just mark it for 7 p.m. Add some random gibberish. And then, if you look at the block, it already has an agenda-like view. So that's kind of nice. We already have a starting point for how that agenda view is going to look for the calendar. We could just take some of the HTML, or the templates rather, that come from this block and use it in our new agenda view. So I think that's what we're going to do today. Before we do, here's a little bit of a reward for our early tune-inners for today's stream. We're going to start with the first trivia question of the day. Give you a chance to earn credits, which you can use on redeems. To answer this question correctly within the next minute, and you could win 100 credits. Which animation studio produced Log Horizon? Type in 1 for Satellite, 2 for Sunrise, 3 for Production IG, and 4 for Zebek. You have about 37 seconds left to lock in your guesses. And if you want to see what you could do with credits, just go to aureliel.pdstig.me. I actually redesigned the website recently, so you can check that out. Alright, 15 more seconds to lock in your guesses. I personally have absolutely no idea. I'm not very familiar with movies or film production studios, so I would not have any clue as to who produced that film. Alright, time is up. The answer was Satellite. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started now with our coding project. First, I'm just going to go ahead and clear the error log. Actually, what will probably be easier to do is if I just delete and recreate this file. Just like that. Alright, now what we're going to do is I kind of have to figure out how exactly Composr deals with these different types of views for calendar. I haven't worked with the MVC, particularly the view section of the MVC, in other words, front-end coding. I haven't particularly worked on that in a while here in Composr, so I kind of have to get a gripping here. So it looks like the ID is the particular segment, whether that would be the year in the month, the year in the week. I'm guessing year and day. Yeah. And then view. Okay, so the view parameter, I'm looking at the URLs right now. The view parameter determines the type of view. Okay. That gives us some clue into how this works. What I do know is that this is under Site Pages modules, so this is the calendar module. And we gotta scroll past the install code here. I do want to look at the pre-run. We have a type parameter. Oh, I see what it does. Okay. It's not view. Okay, so nothing of interest in pre-run. So we are going to go to view calendar, and there we get the view, which could be day, week, month, or year, and soon also agenda. Oh, here we go. So we have a switch statement for this. So we have case day, case week, case month, case year, and default, which throws an internal error. Okay. Let's add in case agenda. Come on, work with me. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a to-do on here. I'll double to-do it. Because there's other to-dos across the code base, so this will help me differentiate between what I'm doing today and what I'm not doing today. Alright. Now, if we're doing a list view, pagination's going to get a little complicated with this one, because list view needs pagination. We'll have to figure that out later. Let's go ahead and open up the block and see how the block does this. I think it would be side calendar. Pin that. Okay, so we do have a days parameter. Okay. I'm going to scroll down for a moment here to the bottom. Block side calendar listing, and I want to pull up that template. I also want to pull up block side calendar because it looks like that's a wrapper. Wait. No, that's okay. That's for a different kind of view. Never mind. We just want listing. Block site calendar without the word listing is for monthly view, which we don't want that. We want list view. Alright. Or listing. So, we get a block ID, we check parameters, filter, do we display private? Calendar URL. Whether we want to view as guest. Okay, so type is not equal to listing. Okay, so we want this particular if block right here. So we get the month and year for the period start and the period end. Month and year is UTC time to user time. How do we do this? I'm also thinking about pagination. How we're going to do pagination for this view. Do we want to do pagination based off of the number of entries? Which would get really weird because you could have a cutoff in the middle of the day. However, it would ensure that we never have too many entries on the page at once. Or do we go by dates? Do we go by date period, like we show listings for the next month or whatnot? And while that does or would look better, we run into the issue of potentially having, let's say, hundreds of entries on a single day and then triggering a memory error in PHP. My initial thoughts here is to do something that kind of integrates both of them, but that would be really difficult to do. Like, my idea was that we would have a preliminary cap. So we would go by date period. Sort of. We would go by day. And what we would do is we would populate entries until we reach a certain number, but we would keep, so like, let's say if our limit was 30 events, okay? Let's say we got 28 events listed so far, and then the next particular day has 5 entries. Well, once we get past the second entry in that day, we've reached our 30 entry limit. But there's 3 more events that day, and it would look weird to cut those off and put them on the next page. So maybe instead, we list them anyway, since they all fall on the same day, so we end up having 32 entries on that page. And then we delegate the next day and beyond to the next pages. See, we could do something like that, which would be nice. It would be the best of both worlds. But it comes with its own caveat, and that is pagination would not know specifically how many entries are on a page. Because it's dynamic, it really depends on how many events take place on a single day. So that would particularly be an issue because there, with pagination and Composr, there is the option to choose how many entries you see on a page, per page. the block itself takes the number of days rather than number of entries. But again, I don't necessarily want to do that, because what if we run into a case where we have 100 entries on a particular day? Another thing we could possibly do, we could go with the strict number of entries per page route. That would be the safest option. And then what we could do is maybe preemptively look ahead at the next event in the list, and if the next event occurs on the same day and it would end up on the next page, maybe we show a little message or something saying more events for this day on the next page. And then if you go to the next page, it would preemptively look backwards at the previous event to see if the previous event took place on the same day, and if it did, we'd say more events for this day on the previous page. So I think that may be the best route to go, because it's the stable route, because then we don't have to deal with out-of-memory issues in any cases where there could be too many entries that we render on the page at once. But also, since we have a consistent number of entries that we're going to have per page, the pagination can do its job. But also, it doesn't confuse the users as much, because we're telling them, hey, there's more events on the next page for this particular day. So I think we'll go that route. So what we need is a start and a max. And these are going to be get parameters, URL get parameters. So we're going to use the get param integer. We'll call it agenda start, and we're starting on 0 as default. And we need an agenda max, which is the number of entries we're going to show per page. We're going to default that to 30. My question is, we're gonna need to go by day anyway, because that's how calendar matches works. Okay, yeah, this just got more complicated. We're kind of forced into using the day method. I'm thinking. Okay, so that's an array. Okay, so we run calendar matches, which I'm guessing set calendar matches in a time period using user time. Okay. How would we approach this with pagination? We could do date. Let's see here. So this would become a string rather than integer. We're gonna put null as. We're gonna put empty string as the default. Can we do null on this? Oh, yeah, we can do null. Okay, yep. We're gonna do null as the default on agenda start. So this is gonna be unless. Oh, no. We want ID. We want to use the ID parameter as our start. Okay. Oh, this is a bug. Hang on, I think I spot a bug. Calendar types ID, type filter, type ID, get parameter, integer, int. Oh, this is a. Oh, it's looking in post? It's looking in post? Is that accurate? I think that should be a get parameter. Because this is, we're doing filters. You normally wouldn't pass in a filter as a post parameter. You would normally pass it in as a get parameter. Actually, you know what we could do? We have either parameter integer that we can use. So that could work. So it could be post or get when you use either. That explains that one bug that I've been having. So I'll give you a demonstration of a bug that I found in the software by going to the website for my streaming. And look, you can see myself. Haha. I'm not actually going to do the looping thing though. That may get a little too chaotic for this stream. I do recommend looking up Shy Lily on YouTube, though. She does infinite womp womps, which is pretty funny. And then somebody redeems the dick sound effect in the middle of it, so it's just infinite dick sounds. It's pretty interesting. Alright, so anyway, back on track. So, I have a calendar here for upcoming streams, right? As you can see, I have an entry for Composr CMS, right? Actually, we'll just do weekly. We have a Composr CMS stream here and a Saving Walden stream here. Keep those in mind. Those are different calendar types, right? Now, if we go under the Saving Walden page and we click this link here for upcoming streams, it'll take you to calendar/browse/10. And this is the ID of the category of the calendar type that we want to filter by, right? So it's supposed to filter and only show Saving Walden events. But looky here, Composr CMS is showing up. We're not actually filtering by anything. So that was a bug that I discovered yesterday when I was setting up the site. I think it may have something to do with this. So we're trying to get the event filter if there is one. So if either parameter equals the type ID, then we add the filter and set it to 1. And then we get metadata. And then we have other filters in place. Hey Novex Raptor 5, thank you for tuning in to the stream. So I think that was the bug, was that we were looking for a post parameter when we should have been looking for a get parameter, because as you saw, the 10, which was the calendar type, showed up in the URL. It was not a form parameter. It was not something that was supposed to be a form. Anyway, all that aside, let's go back to what we were doing, shall we? Alright, we were working on agenda, so this looks right because we get the filter early on. We get the filter up here, so this is fine. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and put it into our agenda block here for the agenda view. I'm going to do something similar to day view. Let me see if there's anything else we should take from there. We do need to do we might need to do self-encompassing. I'm not entirely sure. We do need to do date ID, we do need to explode, we do need to do a warn exit internal error if it's an invalid date. But we cannot use the same GUID, so I'm just going to put to do in there. We have a tool that'll automatically assign a unique GUID to that internal error. Alright, let's see, what else do we need to do? What is this? Okay, I'm guessing that renders this. I'm guessing that function deals with this, rendering the calendar UI. That would be my guess. And we don't need that. Not for agenda view, because we're not doing agenda view. The whole point of agenda view is to list out the events instead of presenting them in a calendar fashion. So, we need to break up the dates. So we're going to copy this code from the block and paste it in. We have our explosion here. Hang on one moment. Okay. So, I believe what we need to do is, oh no, we need the time. Okay, these are all going to be stringed out from Explosion. They're going to be in string format, so that's fine. We can parse them. So we just need to int val each parameter, or each portion of the date here. Do we need zone? I don't think we need zone. Oh, we might need zone. No, we don't need zone. We'll just get the zone of the module. We already got filters. That's a good question. Are we viewing private events? Oh no, that's part of the filter as well. My guess is move on to actual calendar matching next. Okay, so we develop a period start from the month and the year, and a period end from the month and the year. This is going by month though. I don't want to go by month. I want to go by day. We're gonna start a do loop here. We're going to initialize happenings to an empty array. And this is going to become an array merge with happenings.
Pages turn like gears in the clock.
Okay, so this will always return an array. I'm just making sure of that. So, what are we doing here? We have two member ID definitions. What is that? The member we are running authentication against. Okay, so member to detect matches for. Okay, so that would be whether to restrict only to viewable events for the current member. There should be auth member ID, I think. Where are we getting member ID anyway? from. Oh. We could be passing in a member ID. So I need to look into this more.
The news is cold. Under the crown where shadows creep. The gazette keeps what the world can't keep. Lines up.
Okay, so that deals with privacy, seeing not validated content. That's interesting. It uses an RSS feed. Okay, so authorization member ID should actually be get member. We're viewing as member ID, and then this should be get member. Okay, so authorization member ID we are viewing. Whether to restrict only to viewable events with the current member. And that is if we don't have assume any member privilege. Sounds about right. Period start, period end, filter. That's a tight filter. And then we have a true after that. What's that true? Do RSS. Okay, I'm not so sure about that. Whether to show private events or public events. Both public and null is both public and private. What do we do by default? We do null by default. Oh. If a array key exists for private and the map does not equal empty string, yeah, we do null by default for private. So that would mean show both. So we could get rid of these. We have filter. RSS is true by default, so I'm going to remove that as a parameter as well. Okay, and then we're going to do while. Ooh, actually. Okay, so we're kind of setting up the safety protocol here for the loop. We're going to loop while the number of events detected is less than 30, and the number of iterations is less than 30, aka 30 days, since we're going day by day. Oops. Is this a modify in place function? I don't think it is. Alright. Define it. Yeah, I was wondering why my code editor was underlining that. It's like, maybe that's not a pass-by reference function. So I had to look into that to be sure. And yeah, it definitely wasn't. Okay, so we're limiting to 30 events or scanning of 30 days. So next, we got our matches. And I think from this point on, it's going to be largely this code.
Feel the bass, a primal throb, no deceptions roar. It's how the nerves throb, but the brain's in control. A subjective art, cooking up pain right from the start.
Actually, I wonder what happens. Would I be able to just increment day on each loop? So I know for some parameters you can overflow it. I have to run a test here. Because PHP's date functions can do some weird stuff. Okay. 30, 31. Okay, it went up. 835, 843. Okay. And it's still going up. Okay, so that works. What about if the month is 12? 690. Actually, I have to do it like this. I have to start here. 672. 680. Okay, it looks like it'll behave the way we want it to. So if day overflows, PHP accounts for that in the timestamp. Which is nice because then we don't have to worry about or deal with handling the number of days in a month and leap years and stuff like that. I mean, I probably could have easily used our epoch interval functions if needed, but it's nice that I could just do it like this. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 29. Okay, it'll run again. So it will be exactly 30 because we're starting at a 0 index. Just making sure we're running 30 iterations on our check here and not 29. Now, I am going to copy all of this code here up to block side calendar. Up to not including it. And then we're going to go through this. So we're iterating over the happenings array. This is a filter. We're doing a filter here. Type of view. Okay, so we're viewing a specific back. I'm guessing would be agenda. This is interesting. Is there a back parameter on here? What does that do? Okay, back type, yeah. Okay, that does exactly what I thought it would do. It determines the view type when we go back. So then we build the URL, and then this is going to be a get module zone. It might be get page zone, I'm not entirely sure. I think get module zone is a function. Yes, it is. Okay. So we're getting the module zone, and then we run through this code. Actually, I want to make sure I didn't skip any more of those build URLs. Went too far back. Okay, so we had one there. Okay, we're building the template. Okay. And then we need to make our template, I think. Timestamp back URL. Oh, we need to build these. Okay, so we have a variable main. Ooh. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna refactor this, because this is largely duplicated code here. We're gonna refactor this. we're going to put it in calendar.php. We're going to create a function, render calendar, oops, events, and I noticed that we call it list, so I'm going to change everything that pertains to agenda, change it to the name list. So we need the happenings. But we need day as well. The day, month, year, all of that. Filter day, month, year. We need period end. And we need zone. Alright, so with that, and like I said, we're going to change this to list instead of agenda. We need this to return. So we have log ID, calendar URL, entries, create start. Where's period start coming from? Coming from month and year. Oh, okay, we probably don't need that. We could figure that out on our own. Alright, so we need to return calendar URL and entries. And we need to fix our return type to array. Oh. Wait, what? Is calendar URL not processed in this? It's not. Okay, so that's not part of it. Okay, we could just return entries, which is temp code. Revert back. Go back to object. Now we need to determine which of these parameters are optional. Happenings is definitely not optional. Filter is not optional. Day, I want to say, needs to be a string. But it's... No, it's not. It's not going to be a string. Okay, so that will be integer for day, month, and year. Hang on, why are we doing this? Start period on days. We have another. Wait a minute, I think I screwed something up. This is not the correct if block. It's this that we needed. Alright. Let's go back. Let's rewind. Copy this code. I'm like, wait a minute, why do we need day, month, and year? And why are we doing month operations? Because I had the wrong code. Okay, and then we return days. Which would be an array. And we definitely need happenings. We need period start and period end. We need filter. We need zone. It looks like that's it. And back here is going to be list rather than month. Okay. It is 4 o'clock, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make our we're going to take our halfway point break here. So we'll be back around 4:10, 4:11, somewhere around there on our stream. Everybody stick around. We'll be doing our second trivia question as well during the break. Alright, welcome back to our Composr CMS development stream. So, we're going to continue on for about another 50 minutes or so. What we're doing is we are creating a list view for the calendar system on Composr CMS. Because right now there doesn't exist one. There exists one in the calendar side block, but does not exist one within the main calendar screen, which is odd. So we're working on that right now. We're kind of refactoring out some of the code here into another function, and that's where we left off. Excuse me. I apologize. Coca-Cola does that to me. Alright, so we're just building our PHP doc right now for this new function. Oh, that should be time, not integer. This all returns an array. That returns an array of preprocessed events for use in our templates. Alright, so we got our refactored code here. And then what we could do is for the side calendar, we could cut out all of this code here. Listing. Do we call it listing? No. We'll call it listing, not just list, to be more consistent. This should be process, not get, because we already have the events, we just need to process them and format them for template use, which is what this does. Okay, so we have our array of events. I think that's going to be interesting. We have filter and filter map. Okay, so I think we want filter and not filter map. And then we need period start, period end, and zone. Okay, let's make sure we didn't screw anything up. Gotta clear your block cache. Want to make sure, since we made changes, to make sure this isn't broken. Alright, now that the cache is cleared, we'll reload. It's taking a while. Okay, it looks like... Yep, looks like it worked. Alright, so we don't have anything breaking yet, so that's good. We'll continue where we left off. So we get our happenings here. And just like in the side calendar, we're going to run this function to get our pre-processed events, but we need to use get module zone for the zone parameter. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. We have our content. View calendar, view year. Okay, so main would be temp code. And this is, I'm guessing, a template by the same name. Okay, well, close enough. Not exactly the same thing. Month, rows, period, start, period, end. We go to template. It's just a table. Okay. My guess is we don't need to do title. We don't even need to do section class. We just need this code. So we're gonna base it off of that. We'll create a new file and call it calendar listing.template. Paste that code in. Okay, so let's see, we have a heading of 1. This should probably be a heading of 2 for the day. We'll copy this. Go back into our listing here. We have calendar listing. Do we use... Let's make sure we're not using parameters that we shouldn't be using. Okay, good. We don't have block ID. We do need days. Oops, I'm in the wrong file. We don't have calendar URL. And we don't need title. So we loop over days. Yeah, that's it. Just days. Okay, cool. And that gives us our main template. Let's see what else we need here. We need our timestamp, we need our back, all of this. We need all of this. So timestamp, we have our back. This doesn't look right. Back view week. Back view month. Back view year. Hold on. Something doesn't seem right. So we have monthly, yearly. Trying to figure out what this does. View if back URL is null. Okay, what's back URL? No idea. Doesn't show up. Alright. I have no idea what that is. I'm just gonna have to guess it. Wing it. Figure it out. By trial and error. I'm gonna leave this code in just for now because I just want to test to see if this works. We'll click next just so we have. Oh boy. Well, it wasn't an integer. So it can't be either parameter or integer. Okay, so that is not the fix. We'll revert the changes on that. Okay. Anyway, we're going to change, now for the actual test, we're going to change the view parameter to listing and see what happens. I think we had an infinite loop. Alright, we have iterations, which is incremented by 1 if iterations is less than 30 and count of happenings is less than 30. What happens if I set this to 1 iteration? Okay. So it doesn't like, I guess there's too many to process. Let's do 7 and see what happens with 7. Okay, let's also change the date. If we could get anything to come up like it should. Might be. Oh, that's 9/16. That should be coming up. Okay, we have a problem. Oh, I think I see it. Okay. Yeah, our loop is not going to work. We'll have to do this by month. Hey, Jelly Squish, how's it going? Okay, let's see if we get anywhere with that. Ah, okay, we got something now, except we have 2 add an event buttons. Not sure if that's intentional. I'll have to look into that. I am going to work on my model and lurk. Hope you don't mind. No, I don't mind. I am only going to be streaming for maybe about half an hour more though, so I won't be on for much longer. What we're doing right now is we're working on the calendar system within Composr CMS. So as you can see here, the calendar for Composr CMS only has 4 different types of views. It has a daily view, where you can view events by day. It has a weekly view, a monthly view, and a yearly view. But it doesn't have an agenda view. So this is something that, like, Google Calendar does this, for instance, where instead of placing the upcoming events on a calendar interface, it just lists the events and tells you when they happen. And I find it odd that Composr CMS didn't have this yet as an option, especially considering we already had most of the code to do it, because we have a block over here that lists upcoming events in the agenda style over here. So it was weird that the main calendar page did not have an actual option for that yet. Okay, so I do need to add a link to the actual listing section here. Yeah, because what I wanted to do, I'm working on my site for my streaming here, and what I wanted to do is have an agenda section or a listing view for my calendar on this page, because it seems kind of awkward, especially considering that I stream on a very irregular basis. It seems awkward to use a calendar type interface for my particular website, so I wanted to build an agenda type view. Does it duplicate this button on other views? Oh, it does. Okay, so that's not unusual. It's weird though. Why do we have? I don't know, what do you think, Jelly Squish? Do you think it's weird that there's an add-in event at the top and an add-in event at the bottom? I kind of think it is. It seems a little redundant. Because these calendars don't... I guess maybe it makes sense if you're viewing it on mobile, now that I think about it. Because it does take up more room if you're viewing on a mobile device. So I guess I could see why you would... Oh, the add an event button isn't even shown at the top on mobile. It's only shown at the bottom. Huh. Oh, true. Okay. I see why we did that. Because there wouldn't, it would be crammed up here at the top with the previous and next button. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I know where they're going with that though. Alright, let's get back on track here. What we're going to do, let's see, we have the main calendar screen here where it has the URLs for day, week, month, and year. We need a listing URL. Let me get rid of that hissing sound. I had muted white noise in the background, and sometimes it likes to unmute itself for some reason. Okay, and then we'll just copy that code and make our listing URL. And the ID is going to be the same as day. Wait. No, it's going to be the same as month. No, wait. No. Even though... I have to think about this. No, even though we're showing a month's worth of events, we still want it by day because we want to know the specific day at which we're starting. Which would be unlike a month, where we're starting at the beginning of the month at all. We're always starting at the beginning of the month. Okay. Then we need to go into the calendar main screen template here. We need to find where those links are. Here they are. We're going to put listing as the first one. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should put it as the last one. Calendar date, span length, start if not current. Calendar date, span link. Okay, this is all the same. Listing URL. I need to see if there's a language string called listing. We have view listing under file dump, but that's something different. Alright, so we need to create a language string, which is easy. We'll just go under lang, English, calendar. That might be under a different language file. Oh, no, it isn't. It's right up here. Cool. So we just define it in our INI file up here, and now we can put it in our template. Oh, there's another... Okay, I see. I just caught that. There's a condition here that makes it empty if we're already viewing that particular style of calendar. Okay, I see. Alright, let's see where we are now with this. Oh, it's down there. That's ugly. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's check the CSS properties. With 25%, what if we do 20%? I may have to clear caches in order for this to take effect. Nope, okay, cool. It fixed itself. Nice. Alright, now we have a link, and it takes us to that listing. What does our next buttons do? We have 17 and 15. next day, previous day. We don't want that though. We want it to go by month. So let's fix that. In order to go by month, we need to do something. We probably do have to resort to the epoch interval functions that we have. But first I need to figure out how these buttons work. Previous URL, that should give me a clue. And I just clicked away. I gotta go back and click again. Okay. Here we go. We have a map, which is view, and then previous. And then previous is defined by year, month, date, previous timestamp. Okay. I see. So we need to go, yeah, timestamp, previous timestamp is this, but we actually want to multiply by 1 month, which we can't do that easily. We need to use our interval index functions. So I'm thinking about how we need to do this. We're going by month. So first we need to get the month identifier. So that would be 2 epoch interval index. So our interval will be months. The timestamp will be timestamp. And epoch would be left at 0. So we have our months. I still have no idea what these are for. Back URL. Ooh, that's a good point. We need to do UTC time to user time on timestamp before getting the month number. That way it does time zone conversions based off of what has been configured in the member profile. So back would be, what is, yeah, week number 4. I am not sure. I'm gonna have to... Here. Okay. So in theory, okay. Start month. Okay, so if we're doing day for our back just needs to be equal to ID. All right. Anyway, previous timestamp will be this. Let's make time, hours, minutes, seconds. I have to see the order of the other parameters. Month, day, year. Okay. Hours, minutes, seconds. Month, day, year. Oh wait. No, we don't. No, we don't want CMS MK time at all. We want from epoch interval index. This will take the number of months and do a calculation and return a timestamp. So our index will be month timestamp -1 because we're going back 1 month. The interval will be months and epoch will be 0. And then we do our conversion here into an actual stringified format. Next timestamp will basically be the same, except we are adding 1 month instead of subtracting. The pain in my brain. It's making me insane. Pain in my brain. Title, date, we don't want. Let's see here. Calendar specific. Title date equals. We'll just call it listing. We'll just. But we need the date. We need the date range. So start ID. End will be next, because next is already stringified. All right, and then we're going to define that up here. Parameters. We may have to clear language cache for this to work. Oh, it didn't like that. Temp code was hidden. So something needs to be evaluated. Oh. This needs to be dolang, not dolang temp code. And if we're doing dolang, we need a com code escape rather than escape HTML. There we go. This is wrong. Okay, so maybe we do need a epochify based off of timestamp? Yeah, timestamp. Local D admin, Composr is still around? Hell yeah, yes, it is still around. And that's what we're working on right now. I am unfortunately not going to be streaming for much longer though. We're going to be stopping here in about 10 minutes or so. But what I'm working on is we're making a listing. We're working on the calendar system and we're making a listing view. So you have like daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly for ways to view the different events on a calendar. But there wasn't an agenda view or a listing view. So that's what we are working on today. And we already had the code for it, because we used it in a block, but it wasn't being used for the main calendar page. So I'm kind of implementing it. Well, since I got you at the end of the stream, I'll turn on notifications for next time. Sounds like a plan. I am planning to stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, from probably 2 to 4 p.m. Or not tomorrow, I'm sorry, Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And during that time, I'm going to be working on my pinball game, Saving Walden, so that'll probably be a fun stream. Yeah, I forgot. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't do streams on Sundays, Wednesdays, or Fridays at all. Ooh, you love pinball. Ooh, so you might enjoy the Thursday stream then. Why? Okay, so we got the same day now. From epoch, months, timestamp. Month, timestamp, Jelly Squish. Jelly Squish, do you like pinball? Okay, what did I do wrong here? Previous timestamp, plus 1 month. Getting the number. Yeah, definitely will. One of my first jobs was redoing an internal Composr website for a huge nonprofit. Really? Composr CMS? You're not talking about PHP's Composr, Composer by chance? Huh. Nice. This is the first time I've met somebody else who knew about Composr CMS and working with it. But yeah, we're working on version 11 right now. 11 beta 9 in particular, but beta 8 is out and you could download it and start using it. I need to figure out why is it is now. I want it to increment by 1 month, but it's not doing that. We have our epoch set at the current timestamp. Maybe is it because of this, by chance? Maybe converting it to a different time zone had something to do with it? Yeah, that was the issue. Okay. Huh. Oop. Sorry, my avatar glitches out when I turn my head. I have emails from the creator back in 2018. So Chris Graham, I take it, or the person before? No, 2018. That would be Composr version 10. So that would probably be Christopher Graham. Is that who you're talking about? Yep, Chris Graham. Alright, nice. But yeah, Composr CMS is still around. It does have a new website though for version 11. compo.sr has been thrown into a read-only state. But this is the new website, composr.app. This is for version 11. If you want to check it out. Yeah, unfortunately, Chris isn't around much anymore. He got hired at a very lucrative job at Yahoo Sports, and he's raising a family now as well. So he is slammed. I even barely hear from him. I may hear from him once a month if I'm lucky. He's really busy, and unfortunately, he's not developing Composr anymore. It's largely me now working on it. Yeah, he was definitely a rock star. A lot of people admire him. He could code at lightning speed, for sure. And he did a lot of amazing things for the system. Let me make sure these buttons are actually working now. Yeah, I've taken, as of 2023-24-ish, I'm pretty much the main developer now for Composr CMS. I obviously cannot do nearly as much as Chris did, especially given my limited finances myself, but I'm working on it. I'm doing the best I can. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. So we have a repeat here. We need to fix that. Through 916, CMS MK time, timestamp CMS MK time, through 916. So we start, and then the period end is plus 1 month. I wonder if I can do a -1 to trigger the previous day.
Got a PhD in overconfidence, ego larger than my bank account. If you don't see the pattern in the evidence, you should look again. I was born to win. The Dunning-Kruger effect.
No, unfortunately I can't do that. Dang it. Wait. What about -1 on the minute parameter? Nah, that doesn't work either. Dang it! Alright, so let's see, we have period end process. The next would be month timestamp +1, which would equal. So our range is listed as ID to next. Next is the next timestamp, which would be midnight.
I'm the baddest bitch you'll ever meet. The sharpest tool that's in the shed. And if you don't know
What if I subtract -1 down here? Ooh, I think that did it. Okay. And if I go previous, but we're still getting this. Oh, but that's listed as. Oh, that's the Lorem Ipsum event. Okay, never mind. That's a different event. I just now noticed that. Ooh, and now we're having some weird behavior. Okay. Are my eyes deceiving me? Okay, 15th of December, we need to go back to the 16th to properly test this potential bug. Okay, so there's the actual, this is the correct timeline. Oh, okay, it was just my eyes deceiving me. I thought this was the same event that was showing out for two different screens. That's a different event on a different day. Okay, I think, for the time being at least, I mean, we don't have this completely coded because I still need to put in like the template preview for this and everything. But that's something I'll do once we get closer to the beta 9 release. So that's more for testing purposes. But I think I'm going to leave it there for today. So we got our listing view coded in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and commit this to Git now. So those of you running off of the Git commit can kind of play around with it. Actually, I'm going to push this as a hotfix because I want to apply it as a hotfix to my own website. So I'll give you a little preview as to how we publish hotfixes. Expect a fork and a start in the next few hours. I'll take a look when I get home from the bar. Nice. And if you want to do any contributions to the development, to the code or anything, feel free to make merge requests and pull requests to the main repository. We'd love to have your input. Alright, so here's how we do hot patches. So on our development install of Composr, we go under tools and we have a special tool here called push a software bug fix. We're going to do a full file scan because we have some new files that we didn't create new files, I don't think. No, we did create a new template file. Shoot. We might have, hang on, we have to run our other tools first. Let's do file modularization. So this checks to ensure that all of the files are properly defined in their respective add-ons. This one takes a little bit of time. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, that definitely needs to be added. And that needs to be added. And then we have calendar listing, which is going to go in the calendar add-on. And I don't think I have any other new files. Okay. And then proceed. It'll fix those two other the references for those other two files, and then add our new template calendar listing into the add-on. Now we need to fix GUIDs because we did add a new internal error. So we need to assign a unique GUID to it. Alright, and then now we could do our bug fix. Okay, so we type in basically what we would type on the issue tracker in here. The main calendar module did not have a listing view type similar to the site calendar plot. This patch implements such. Let me check. We don't want to commit GUIDs.bin to this hotfix. Neither do we want to commit core.php. Alright. We have calendar main screen. We need calendar listing. So that was a new file that we created. There it is. Calendar add-on. Feature request, because this is a new feature we're implementing. We do not have a tracker issue created for this, so we're going to leave this blank and it will create one for us. And then I need to specify my credentials. Luckily, you will not see them because I have them off screen. And we went ahead and tested it. Now, I still have no idea why the bug fix tool is not properly closing the issues, nor is it uploading the generated hotfix. I still have no idea why. So I'm just going to manually upload it to the tracker. Here's that new issue. Oh, it did close it. It did mark it resolved. I need to tag it v11. And then we're going to upload the hotfix. So that's going to be generated here under exports. I think it's builds. Yeah, here it is, hotfixes, and then this is the one that it just created. There we go. Alright. And I think that concludes today's stream. Like I said, the next stream that we're going to be doing that is on my agenda is on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we're going to be working on the Saving Walden pinball game on that stream. We're going to be doing more development on that, particularly with graphics and the dot matrix display and the LCD display. So we're going to be working on that on Thursday. We may do a little bit of play testing as well, especially if there's some new people in the stream that want to take a look at, basically what it is and how it's been progressing so far. So look forward to that. Before we go, I am going to do one last trivia question for a chance to win some credits that you can use towards these redeems, which you could view the redeems on this website as well, aurelio.pdstig.me. There's a link on YouTube and Twitch in my channel About section. Alright, here we go. Vote now in the chat to the answer to this question. Which animated movie was the first to feature a celebrity as a voice actor? Type 1 for The Hunchback of Notre Dame, type 2 for Toy Story, type 3 for James and the Giant Peach, or type 4 for Aladdin. And if you get it correct, you will earn 100 credits and also deal damage to the boss. Kind of, Toy Story rings a bell to me, but I'm not entirely sure that is the answer. I don't think Toy Story goes back far enough for that to be the correct answer. I could be wrong, but alright, a few more seconds to lock in your guesses. And the answer was Aladdin. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning into today's stream, and we will see you hopefully on Thursday. Have a good one.
replace the